Hey guys, it's spoiler time. This is probably good news for Final Fantasy VII fans, because this is a character that I think people have been waiting for a long time, and it's surprising that we haven't seen one before. We finally have Hojo. He is a 4-cost Earth backup, a Shinra executive of course. When Hojo enters the field, choose one forward you control, remove it from the game. When you do so, choose one forward in your break zone with a cost inferior to that of the removed forward, and play it onto the field. So, obviously, this is good with anything expensive that either reduces its printed cost or its effective cost by giving CP back when you play it, or things that are cheated into play that are high cost. So there's actually quite a few options on color in Earth for this kind of effect. Bunny Bells is a funny example because it's the highest cost forward in the game, so you can revive any other forward in the entire game off of getting rid of this, and it's a card that has its own built-in way to reduce its cost, and it's in the correct color. It's things like monks, both the 5-cost monk, which makes itself much cheaper, and cheating in something like Matt with Yang gives you, in the correct color, easy big bodies to bring things out, especially in this case Ursula, who is below the cost of both Matt and monk, and she's the best card in monks, of course. And she can also bring out a Sophie alongside her. Redhair is an obvious example because it revolves around cheating expensive forwards into play. And also one of its weaknesses was the vanilla names that kind of get stuck in play. Once you have that Shantota sitting there, you can't play another one, or you got the Kane sitting there, etc. So this not only gets basically revive any forward off of it, it also gets that name off the field. You can do your Redhair combo again maybe. Probably my favourite use on colour is Kefka and Regis. So this is a combo that's in a little bit of play here and there in kind of casual decks and stuff. But Hojo makes it a bit more consistent. It means you don't have to hard cast Regis. You can just ditch him at some point and then do your Kefka and your Hojo. You get a backup alongside it. So that one's pretty cool. But probably the best one in my opinion, of course, is Erith. So being a Category 7 backup, that doesn't mean too much in general, except that Erith can get it back, and in this case that's actually really good, because Erith is herself effectively 0 cost, but she's 4 cost, so you can get Hojo back and immediately banish her for a power 3 cost or 2 cost cloud. Obviously I love that cloud. And that also has the added benefit that if you're stuck with 2 Erith in your hand, then you can use that to get rid of the one you play immediately and then play another one. It will take way too long to go through every off-color card that has, high printed cost but a low effective cost. The one I will mention, though, is for Stale, mainly because it turns into Renoa, and both of these are excellent cards in, the kind of deck that has high-cost forwards that you cheated to play or that, are cheaper than they actually are. Unfortunately, the unfortunate reality is that this is a non-neutral and non-turn 1 backup, so it's really only playable under specific circumstances. It's unlikely to see competitive play, as the deck building cost is probably too high. And as I said multiple times before, the non-turn 1 backup is an extremely contested slot, especially in Earth when we have something like Tyro, which is always going to be a 3 of. It's probably only playable in a deck that either already fits it with no extra effort, so Redhair is a decent example of that, or with Erith, because you don't actually have to hold the Hojo or draw it at the correct time. You can just put it in the breaks at any point, and then it's available as an option off the Erith. There you go. That's Hojo. That's a spoiler. Enjoy, guys. Cheers.